What's up, everybody? Welcome to the D4GOOD podcast. I am your host, Mac Hayes. We are about a week and a day or two within Season 8 here. So first things first, let's go ahead and check out the leaderboards and see who's on top here. What builds are currently rocking the top spots. I think there's some sleepers, though, honestly. So first of all, I guess for just overall, we have top 10 here, right? Top 10 is all Sork. With Makuna up top, of course. I think it's a Lightning Spear. Check the build here. It's got to be Lightning Spear, obviously. Yeah, Lightning Spear. The Shakuna build has to be. Congrats to Shakuna for always, or Shakuna, Makuna for rocking that top spot always here. What you got from here? Very blurry, but it's all good. Can I fix that? There we go. It's the very last moments of it. 117. So 117 is currently the top spot. The sorcerer, top 10, we have Rennie Neck here. What looks like a Spearmancer. And then Rogue right here, Sanctum. The Sane Barb, I believe. And then Druid here. Don't know that name. Top 10 is all Sork with Lightning Spear, though, it looks like. Spear with Necromancer is kind of interesting here. Let's check this out here. That's a lot of spears popping off. I'm gonna have to try this. I'm still on Blood Wave, though. Still on that Blood Wave. This is very tempting. Using Soul Rift here, too. Interesting. Bone Prison, too. So I'm pretty sure you just use these pants here. Yeah, he goes over the gear. There's a 111 here. About 13 minutes. Deathless Visage for the helm. Interesting. Shroud. Yeah, it's going to be the Indira's Memory. Interesting. Very cool. Then Rogue is just Death Trap.
Hello.
111. Nice. Barb here. What is this? Brad Pitt in the pit. $110, okay. And Druid here taking me to China. Okay, I guess. This is Cataclysm, okay. Is that those Stone Burst or something? That might be Stone Burst to get that damage buff. Very interesting. So I haven't really pushed yet myself. What's my top pit, actually? Let's check this out. I think I did 95. I can yeah. Oh, no, 90. Okay, so I've done 90. 95 is my top tier. I can definitely push higher, but I just haven't tried yet. I'm still on the Blood Wave. I have not found a Shroud or a Hair of Perdition. I have a Starless and a Shaco I'm stuck with here. Man, I might just like salvage something. What do I have actually? I don't have any sparks. It's a struggle, but I like the struggle. It should be a struggle, I think. That's one of the good things of the season so far, actually, is the progression. Um, I don't have any runes. I haven't done any trading this season yet. I might have to do that. Maybe sell some runes or something. Maybe sell some gear. What are we sitting on? It's two-handed mace with max life. Max life overpowered. Two-handed sword. These are not the best. Yeah, not the best. And as far as uniques go, what have I found here? Got these triple Enduras, but it only has 2 Tides of Blood on it. So, I mean, these are the Bone Spear pants to use. These are pretty huge, actually. But only 2 to Tides of Blood? That sucks. That actually sucks. These might be bad. Let's see here. But as far as the good, as I was saying, like the progression feels nice. Well, I guess it feels like there's actual progression within the game now. I think the problem is that we were way too spoiled previous seasons. Season 7 especially, it was just such a dopamine rush leveling and all this gear, all the loot, all the power for your witch power, whatever it was called. And now it's just a lot less, which I do prefer it. I do like it this way. A lot of people are complaining, and I can see why. I just think we may have been a little too spoiled previous seasons, honestly. The apparition incursion here grew on me too, because at first, when I got to Torment 4, it was dead. There was nobody in Torment 4. I chose Bloodwave, so I was like the only person in my server or instances for a good few days, honestly. And finally it got populated. So once it got populated, the apparition incursions actually are pretty fun. It's just a lot of fun to see them, I guess. Not see them, but see people split farming the open world, especially like this area right here. I love this map, by the way, this tile set. We never see this tile set. It's a beautiful little zone right here. I can actually just port here. Here's a secret, by the way. You just port to the boss layer and then exit dungeon, and you're right there. Easy peasy. But the zone should be popping off now. And that's what's fun. It was not fun before when I couldn't clear the zone when I was by myself. You know, trying to chase down these dinky red dots on the map. Yeah, this begins in about a minute. I'm not going to wait for it, but I love this area here. I love the, like, the hot springs, whatever this is, type of thing going on here. The brackish pans. We're getting to explore the open world finally in what feels like a more natural area, or a more natural, like, sense, I guess. Instead of going for, like, static whispers everywhere, we're now kind of like, okay, we got mobs up here, down here type of thing. So it gets you in places you don't normally go, and I think that's pretty cool. As far as other goods, I guess maybe like the progression's good. The boss ladder, I think the boss additions are good, but they could use work, honestly. A couple of the mechanics are funky. I don't like just like, you know, DPS pauses with just ad killing. You know, I like mechanics. And at first, I think this boss, Harbinger, it seemed like he had mechanics. And I realized, oh, I can just damage these things. And there's your mechanics, basically. So it's just ad killing, really. I think if you're going to have DPS pauses, actually force some sort of mechanic type of thing, not just ad killing. Duriel, I actually like the Andy fight. Where's Andy? Yeah, so Andy's fun now for some reason for me. It's just very active. People hate Andy. I love Andy for some reason now. I think it's just because it's more active during the DPS phases, right? Because you have like just these fireballs and not fireballs, but these red orbs and the fire beam, and then this other random red beam that spawns you have to dodge. Very fun and active fight. whereas others are just kind of like, run around and kill ads for a bit, it feels like. So with Duriel, for example, maybe during the burrow, if you get caught up, you get eaten. Maybe that's what already happens and just never happens to me. Something like that. Belial too. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe no DPS phase, but it is kind of odd to have, this whole Belial season and then not experience a fight. A lot of times, a lot of us just go in with one-shotting builds and just one-shot the boss. And I don't know. I think the mechanics of this fight are kind of funny. I like these eyeballs you gotta dodge. You gotta dodge with the green, dodge the puke. And it is kind of a shame just to push the boss over like this, especially the last final boss. I feel like this should be the just absolute hardest thing in the game, I think, right? And if it is the hardest thing in the game, then just give us the rewards type of thing. That's kind of how Path of Exile does it, I think, right? Like, so if I was God, if I was a director, I would basically cut everything in half, I think, as far as boss mats. Maybe not in half or divided by 3, right? So now you only need 3. And these drop less, honestly. You see these boss keys a lot less. Now, you're going to be doing the bosses maybe only a few times a day now, but when you do these bosses, you have more of like a 25% chance to get a mythic versus the 5%. So you're no longer going to be like spamming. I think it's less than 5% now. It feels like it, honestly, this season. I've only got 2 drops. Actually, no, 3, I'm sorry. 3? 2. I've crafted a few. I forget. I think I've only had 2. I got the Shaco. I got a Doombringer. Yeah, maybe. No, I got a Turiel's too. Okay, so yeah, 3, 3, 3. And then these were from, or this is from a cache. And I made like 2 other caches or something like that. So I'm not trying to use runes. I don't have any runes and I've not traded yet. I guess I'm saving them for Bach for a shroud. Anyways, getting sidetracked. The point is maybe we just allow like almost a guaranteed mythic, but make these boss fights much less often and much harder too. So you actually have to do the boss fight, but if you do it, you just get the mythic basically. Or maybe you can spam these bosses in lower difficulties. I don't think I like that. But yeah, point is, bossing feels good. The new boss system feels okay. Chest is still kind of awkward to get used to, opening the chests versus using keys to plug in to summon the boss. Just makes me feel awkward for some reason, but it is what it is. It's a good change, I guess. You need the key to get the loot. You can no longer just kind of get carried through bosses, and I do like that, I think. So right direction in some spots, but it could use some work still. That being said, like with changes to seasons, let's go on like the bad things about season 8. I think we kind of have been, but season 8, lots of bad though, I think still that we got to talk about. There's too many like major system changes, I think, within seasons. So for example, I guess just even like menu things, right? Or just like complete build changes, for example. If a build's overpowered, I think maybe don't completely nerf it. Just let it be a little overpowered, maybe nerf it a bit. Let people play that build for the expansion, not just for the season. Maybe I'm wrong on this though. Maybe you guys have different opinions, but I feel like we let people play these builds throughout the expansion. And then when the next expansion comes, if it's going to be a yearly thing especially, that's when those huge system and build balancing updates are put in the game. Unless something is broken as fuck, honestly, which I think there is a broken ass thing going on, which is funny because I kind of set it up here. I thought I was doing something with some darkness, some sever actually, and then I was using the accursed touch aspect, which apparently is bugged or something. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now. we'll look into it. I think Macro Biobo Boy posted a video of it. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But point is, maybe let these broken builds be somewhat usable, right? Like Spiritborn can no longer be what it was anymore, and people just are no longer playing Spiritborn. You pretty much just bricked people's build and they're not coming back. At least have it playable. It's not even playable in a lot of cases. So some things like they made the new sorting system too, which is nice, honestly. For example, wait, why is this? Oh, because that's not favorited. Okay. So that's how it happens. It sorts by GAs now. So for example, if I just have these in my inventory, I sort and I go here. I know from now on, like anything less than this, right, is just 2 GA and under. And if I don't want GAs, 2 GA, I can just salvage these. I'm not going to salvage them, but you get the point. It actually feels really good compared to what it was. So there are some kind of hidden quality of life things as well I like in this season. That being said, like Torment 4 was way too dead. There's only a few builds that really get into Torment 4, the first week. I think we should just squish all these difficulties into like a few, please. Torment 1 through 4 can just be Torment. Normal and hard can just be fucking normal. Just start off normal, okay? Hard is normal. And then I guess expert and penitent can be your nightmare or hell, whatever. I don't know. We just don't need all these difficulties. I don't know why people think it's a good idea. Diablo 3 has 16 difficulties plus. I think over 16, yeah. Because it goes up to Torment 16. That's insane. There's 16 Torments, guys, in Diablo 3. Why? You skip like 15 of them. We don't need all these difficulties, and all it does is separate the player base. So just bring us back to the classic, just normal nightmare hell, please. Right? Normal for leveling. You get to like 50 or 60, 70, whatever, you beat the campaign basically. Then you move on to the nightmare, the expert penitent. And this is where you start to get your end game. You start to get your ancestrals, your GAs. Once you have a few of that, then you just go into Torment, which is going to be fucking really hard. It's going to be T4, right? It's no longer this like gradual thing, but you're going to have to farm your nightmare to get some GAs and ancestrals to get into Torment. And that way, like, even the strong builds need to farm nightmare, to get into Torment. And it's an open world game, so it just makes sense to have everybody, at least in the open world, on the same difficulty, right? That just makes sense. It makes sense to have like the pit, you're pushing content, or hordes even. We'll see what they do with that, or nightmare dungeons. These are things that we can do for endgame blasters and pushers to improve the difficulty of the game. But as far as open world stuff, why do we have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 difficulties? You're just separating the player base. It's not good. Bring us back to 3, squish it down. Just give us a squish. It's all good. Yeah, only a few builds would get to T4, like the Blood Wave, Blood Spear, some Rogue Death Trap, Barb builds, I believe, got there. A few builds are slept on. There's like a whole meta thing. We have content creators that, push these powerful builds, and that's just what happens. It is what it is. There's possibly builds being slept on still. But I think for T4 or just Torment, if there is only 3 difficulties, please do that. I think like T4 should be most build viable, right? And I don't know, man, the difficulty system is just so weird, I think. I just don't like it. What do you guys think? If you guys are fans of it, maybe. I just don't like it personally, maybe. I objectively think it's better to just have a few difficulties. But yeah, as far as other bad things, I think about season 8, just more money being spent, man. There's so many cool things like the reliquaries. You have to buy all this just to even unlock it, and it's cool stuff. Like, why isn't this cosmetic you can be finding as like a rare drop, you know, from Belial or the apparitions or the new bosses? Something, man. Instead, you have to actually pay your money. You have to actually pay platinum to unlock these. Okay, premium. This one's free. But even still, you have to use these coins to unlock it, right? Okay, interesting. It doesn't let you use platinum, I don't think. Cool. Interesting. Still, it's just so many more menus to go through, and before the battle pass, you just went through it and clicked what you unlocked real quick, you know? It's so just messy now, and these menus suck. I don't even care about it. Look at this. I haven't even bought anything. I got, like, the armor from the premium, some platinum here and there. Yeah, I have not even gotten, like, anything. I'm capped out. I don't care. It's pretty bad. Like, I don't care about this stuff, honestly. But if you have one of the premium reliquaries that you have to pay platinum for, and you go here, you can also use platinum to claim this too. Why? I've already used platinum. I guess it makes sense because you could have used platinum before to upgrade battle pass tiers. So that's what this is. It's still so bad, man. Like, it just puts the idea in your head that you can, I can purchase with platinum. No, you just earn the favor tokens in the game, play at the game. It's still so crazy to me how you have to actually have like 3 fucking jobs to buy rewarding things. And the argument people say like, oh, you don't have to buy them. Like, dude, fuck off. You know, do the math here. This is so much money. Like, just as like a necromancer alone, you have to spend like hundreds of dollars to get cool looking gear. It's just so unnecessary. I really hope that laws are made for it eventually, man. Like, I don't mean to get political, but dude, come on. It's so bad. That being said, let's talk about the Berserk event here. I am now getting into it. I'm watching the anime for the first time. So I guess it's cool that they did the collab because otherwise I would not be watching it. I'm not an anime fan personally. I like maybe Dragon Ball Z, but not even. Maybe Pokemon, but not even. This armor here is pretty cool. The barb stuff's pretty cool. I'm not going to buy any of it, first of all, because I don't have the platinum for it. But I'm just overbuying things in games, I think, guys. We have to be strong and just not buy things, you know? Just don't do it. Yeah. We have like a black armor and a white armor set here now. It's pretty nice, I guess. Some Berserk characters here. There are no Sorcerer, Spiritborn, or Druid cosmetics, it looks like, right? Got this schnoz pet. I don't care for it. It's cool, sure, but nope, I'm not buying it. If you were to have me grind for it, dude, I would love to do that, but I'm not going to do that. So, it's not bad, though. There is the free stuff you can unlock here, too, which I've been doing. This is kind of fun to do. And this is what all the rewards should be. We have, like, the Berserk symbol. That's what that is. Okay, it's like the logo or something, huh? That must be what that is. So, yeah, you have to farm these in the game. These, what are these called here? Oh. I don't have that. Behelits? Behelit? No idea. So that's cool. I do like this because it's free. You have to grind them. It's rewarding to play the game, to not work and spend that hard-earned money from your paycheck. Dude, times are rough right now for everybody. And I don't know. I'm just so sick of the shop. Get me out of here. Get me out of the shop. But I love playing the game, you know. I love just the flow, the physics, the polish, and even just the simple little item system, I guess. I do wish it was more like not a single slot thing type, but whatever. It is what it is. It's fun to go here, do some quick upgrading type of thing, gambling, tempering, masterworking, switch it all out, and get back to what you got to do, right? It's very quick and it feels good. The flow of the game feels really good now, and it's getting better. What is this board here? Why can't I touch this and give me like a market thing, you know? So that I don't have to go to Diablo.trade and deal with those ads and someone, you know, using my graphics card to mine Bitcoin and whatever else, dude. So I do think an in-game market would be nice. I'm gonna add that actually. Yeah, like as far as ideas go, talking about that last week too. Still the same thing. I think there should be things like experience goblins and whisper caches, something to give us more choices for experience specifically. Maybe a goblin incense. Maybe it's like a rare drop. You can find a goblin incense and it gives you an increased goblin chance. Versus just pit spamming for experience. I just wish this wasn't the meta. Maybe I do though. Maybe if they made it more group effective and less pit, more group effective, kind of like Diablo 3 is. There's synergies, that type of thing. I'm going to add that too, actually. Kind of random, but imagine if aspects etc were not class bound. I would love a season, maybe before the next expansion, where we can just try this, dude. Because we have the runes, we're already doing other class things. Why not just let us like buff and juice these powers from other classes if we can with other classes? That's kind of what makes Diablo 2 and other games like it feel good. You can get really crazy with the build diversity. I think maybe it does just make one overpowered thing, but I think it'd be fun to try that out. Roman numerals for GA. What is this? I think, yeah, GA icons on the mini map and then GA icons on the items. So like, for example, I don't have anything. This has 2 GAs. Show 2 stars on top of the actual item up here, if that makes sense. Citadel, touched up a bit, give us an extreme version, maybe a mythic for it. Let the pets sweep by or roam around towns, the den maybe a clan stash because we are technically loading everyone's stash anyways, so give us a clan stash to use. It'd be very easy if we had like excess keys, etc., to just throw it in the clan stash. And then like I don't know how technical and how hard it is to implement any of these, but I think these are some realistic ideas that can be implemented. But an increased rewards mean to hard grinds. I think that means like the bosses, for example. So instead of me spamming 20 bosses or like just hours of bossing with my keys, maybe minimize my keys that I even get so I can only do like 5 bosses a day type of thing. But these rewards are increased, so I'm going to get a much higher chance and then increase the difficulty of the boss too, so you actually have to fight them. It's not just one-shot fest. In-game market would be nice, honestly. And imagine if aspects were not class-bound. But that is about all I have for today. Tune in next week, episode 3.